get my 6. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Homesteading Off the Grid. I've got some wonderful stories for you today, submitted by viewers. Stories about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, UFO sightings, angels, ghosts. Oh, yeah, and that. Check it out. October Nights 2, 31 more tales for the Halloween season. I was trying to keep that a secret because I've ordered a bulk shipment from the printers, only 50, and I didn't want to announce the fact that the book was now available until we had those here, because I know they typically, when we have a new release, they go in a 24-hour period. But I received several emails already. Congratulations on your new book. Hey, I've already got your new book. I know it's not October yet, but I'm halfway through it and I love it. And it's climbing the charts on Amazon already. So here's the deal. October Nights Part 2, 31 More Tales for the Halloween Season, is out. If you prefer the Kindle version, the ebook version, you can get that on Amazon. If you want a print version quickly in either paperback or hardback, this is the first of my books that have ever been released in hardback as well. Get it on Amazon. You'll get it in just a couple of days. Here's the deal. I've ordered 50. We've got them listed on Etsy. These are the ones that I will autograph because they come to me first. So when you buy them on Etsy for the same price as Amazon, but I think shipping's a little higher because we can't ship in bulk like Amazon, I will autograph it for you. I simply don't have time to do so if you get it on Amazon, then send it to me and all this stuff. So here's the deal. We went ahead and listed these on Etsy, the 50 that we've got on order. Please understand, if you go on there and buy one now, and it's first come, first serve, they're not supposed to arrive here until September 3. Now, they might get here a little bit quicker, so we're still like 10 days away or so from them getting here. Is the minute they're here, I mean the day they're here, if you've purchased one, it will be autographed and sent out the very next day. We schedule our pickups with the post office. They actually come. I don't go to the post office. If you saw how much stuff we sent out of here from Etsy and whatnot during the week, it would blow your mind. So that the post office actually comes to us. So, but we'll get it out. Just understand, if you do want an autographed copy and you get it from Etsy, love to autograph it and send it out to you, but it's still going to be about a week and a half away before we send them out. That's why I was kind of holding off on the announcement, because I wanted to have them so you wouldn't have to wait so long. But the secret's out. So if you want it quick, get it on Amazon. The link is in the description box of this video below, as is the link to the Etsy store. So, and I can't wait. And for those of you who can't afford the book or just don't have the extra money for the book, in the month of October, I will be setting out here reading every single one of these stories to you, for you, on the channel. So don't let money will not stop you from hearing these stories. And I want to give you a cautionary warning before I get into the stories from our viewers. I write adult literature, not like as in X-rated or anything, but I write literature for adults is how I should say it. And there are some curse words, there's foul languages, not in all the stories, not even in most, but there are some that have quite a bit. One story in particular called Let's Go Sue Somebody, which was originally titled The Unfortunate Demise of the Hillbilly Three. Listen, it's set in lower socioeconomic people, trashy lifestyle, trashy language, trashy actions. No refunds. All sales are final. And no, I don't write filth. I write good. I'm a good writer. It's just some of the characters in some of my stories live very filthy lifestyles. So be prepared. If you don't like foul language, adult themes, adult situations, don't buy my books, any of them. Stick with children's literature or, whatever you read that doesn't have that stuff in it. Now, all selfless self-promotion. That's like Rubber Baby Bubby Bump the Cart and Pickles or something, selling seashells by the seashore. Tongue twister. Let's get on to the story, okay? This one is really nice. UFOs and Bigfoot evidence cited in the state of Maine. So those of you up there in New England, beware, watch out. It says, Kevin, you can use my name. Vince Larrabee is his name, and you can use my stories any way and anytime you wish. Well, thank you, Vince. Hope you're watching because we're using your story now. When I was in 8th grade, my grandparents and I were driving home from Bangor. As we were driving, I looked out the window and saw a huge rectangular-shaped object spinning with 2 sets of lights on each end, and it was low to the ground, really low. Really low, excuse me. I just ate a ton of food. Gosh, I'm running over 30 miles a week consistently, and like if I'm awake and I'm not working out or writing and reading, and I'm eating, okay? The next day, I told my friends, and surprise, surprise, they didn't believe me, but that didn't bother me. My next strange experience happened 2 or 3 years later. I was walking to school one day, and as I was walking, I noticed these weird tracks in the snow. They looked bigger than a human's tracks, but not as big as a full-grown Bigfoot, so most likely they belonged to a juvenile or teenage Bigfoot. Unfortunately, I was unable to get a photo because this was in Maine, where it is cold during the night and warm in the mornings, so the thaw washed them away. There had been 2 prints. One was of a regular flat foot, and it looked like the toes didn't make it into the ground all the way, so the toes looked like U's. Again, this was in Maine, so it would have been too cold for any sane person to be walking around barefooted. There were no reports on the news and no word of mouth of any missing persons or strange sightings, so I don't know who or what left these tracks. My next strange experience happened, I believe, around the same time, maybe a year later. Bear with me, it's been a while. I was sitting at home one day, minding my own business, when I heard very clearly what sounded like the sound of a bull getting ready to charge from outside. Now, some of you might say, well, you live in Maine, they have farms. Well, you're right, but the nearest farm was a mile or more away, and they had no bulls at that farm, and Bigfoot likes to imitate animals. Some will say it's the wind, but I will say I've never heard the wind make the sound like I heard that day before or since. Again, use these stories as you please and use my name. I don't give a damn. Vince Larrabee. Thank you for your stories, Vince. I'm glad you don't give a damn, Vince. I don't either anymore, and I'm telling you, in October, some of those stories that are kind of, hearing, and yeah, I should have brought part 1 up to compare them. This is so much thicker, and check out the cover image on the back. It's got my beautiful bride in there with me. That's me and Miss Dearly. One day we were sitting downtown in Charlottesville having lunch and took a selfie, and she's so pretty I wanted her on the book too. So I put that picture on the back cover. Isn't that nice? Pumpkins and stuff. Oh, I love October. I love fall. I love all things Halloween. But this is literally roughly 40% longer than part 1. I think part 1 was like 289 pages. This is 423 pages. I mean, the first one averaged like 3,500 words per short story. This one averages well over 5,000, and a couple of them are 8,500 words long. When I read those stories out here, I'm going to have to bring like a pitcher of lemonade because they're going to take like 45 minutes to an hour. It's going to be like a TV show for the whole month of October. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. I'm excited. Some of the best writing I've ever done is in that book. But I will give warnings with each video for the ones that have the cursing in it and stuff. And I'm even going to set those here on YouTube. There's a setting when you upload a video that you can set it for people 18 or older. I'm going to set it to those. So listen, if your kids are signed on to your account watching these nasty stories, that's on you, not me, okay? Not that they're nasty stories. They're excellent stories. You're going to have nightmares in October. You're just going to have this book. There are stories in this book that will get, well, trust me. And if you think you see yourself in some of these stories, you're really going to have nightmares. Huh. You wait till I get to that. Okay. Now, here come a few stories for us, all the way from South Africa. Amanda from South Africa. I don't think she put her last name in here anywhere, but we got, some stories from South Africa. So, Amanda, thanks for watching from all the way over there, and time to share your stories. Stories are awesome. They're about ghost cats and angels and all kinds of stuff. Hi, Kevin. My name is Amanda, and I have been a fan since 2017. That's awesome because that's like since before the Neighbor in a Crayon video. I love your sense of humor and wisdom. I remember correctly, the first vid of you I saw was the one about the magic crayon you have that can get rid of the pesky neighbors. All right, actually, that was on July 4th of 2018. So close enough for government work. I'll remember that one always because that's the one that went viral first. Made that with a $3 camera that I got from the Goodwill. that I didn't even know if it worked or not. I figured, well, if it's $3 and it doesn't work, I'm only out $3. So I bought some batteries for it, made it by holding it up like this, and I wanted to see how long it would record for. So I just kind of started talking and telling that story. By the time I got to the end of it, I saw that the camera still worked, and I thought, well, I guess it works. Uploaded that video. I think we had like 112 subscribers at the time. I think we had something like, I don't know, 800 total views. About 5 days later, that thing, I woke up one morning and it had gotten like 450,000 views overnight. To date, it has 6 million views, and I'm just being candid with you. Revenues generated from that video alone has now surpassed $22,000 off of one video made from a $3 camera that I got at the Goodwill. Folks, like Travis Daigle says at Fighting Past 40, go subscribe to his channel. It's not your government's responsibility to see that you're making more money. It's not your employer's responsibility to see that you're making more money. When you can spend $3 on a digital camera that you're not even sure works or not and turn it into enough to buy that's about how much our truck cost. Okay? All right. Amanda, glad you're here. Glad you remembered the video again. I will always remember that one as well. Anyway, I have a lot of things that have happened to us that are weird, but I will not bore you with them all. I just want to tell you of one or two experiences. My husband and I got married in 2001, January, and soon after, we moved from a one-bedroom flat into a three-bedroom, very old and creepy house, one of those that sits on the edge of the street with no front yard. This house was one of the first to be built in town, I would guess. A few months after moving in, me and my husband were sleeping one night, and around 3 a.m., I hate to interrupt, but the temperature just dropped. I felt like a cold chill. You know, as we move closer to Halloween, the veil is thinning. Someone or something threw something at us. Potentially. All right. Creepy. Okay, my husband and I were sleeping one night at around 3 a.m., the witching hour. I saw a white cat coming in from the bathroom window. The bathroom connected with our bedroom. The cat ran into our room and went next to my husband's side of the bed. And a second later, a black cat ran out the same window. As strange as that sounds, stranger still was the fact that at the same time, me and my husband woke up asking the same question. Did you see the cats? Kevin, we were both asleep, but we both saw the same thing in our sleep. We got up, looking for the white cat, but all the windows and doors were closed. No cats in sight. That was the beginning of our weird happenings that we did not realize were only just beginning. Needless to say, the next morning I put open Bibles all over our house, which did keep things away for sure. Months later, we found out that the cleaner we had was a witch doctor. That is called a sangoma in South Africa, where we live. Oh, and yes, she was fired. I don't blame you. Don't want that hocus pocus going on around in my house. Got other things. You're going to learn about them when you read October Nights Part 2, 31 more tales for the Halloween season. Available in print and Kindle on Amazon. Or with an autograph from our Etsy store. If you're willing to wait about 10 days before we send them out to you. But trust me, they're coming. And we've only got 50, first come, first serve. I mean, if they sell out before those even get here, I'll order more. But there you are. Okay, so Amanda has another story. She actually sent us 3. Here's the second of her 3. Amanda says, my kid had the gift, or to us, the curse, to see spirits. About 10 years ago, we moved into a very big house belonging to some of our family, so the rent was cheap. My kid started seeing weird things. Shadows, mists, smells, flashes of light, things like that. But nothing ever did anything to us. One night, she saw a black mist floating on the TV room ceiling. That freaked me out. I was thinking of what could be the cause of this, and then I took an old copper tray that we had received from my sister-in-law a few years prior out of the house. This is what she thought must be causing this. I'd kept it just in case I might need it someday, even though it is not my style, hanging such things on the wall. But for some reason, I took it out and hung it in the kitchen next to the TV room after she'd given it to us. And then when my daughter saw the black mist, I remembered that my sister-in-law lived on a property where Satan worshipers lived, and I do believe that physical items, especially items made of copper, can hold a lot of energy. I removed the item from the house, and it all stopped. Coincidence? Maybe, but I think not. I think not too, Amanda. Energies can attach themselves to things, especially electronical devices and equipment, which you're going to find about when you read October Nights Part 2, blah, blah, blah. A story called Monkey Business. Man, did I screw up going on a paranormal investigation that I didn't realize I was going on until after the fact. Damn, Robert, friend of mine. Freaking weirdo. Whatever. You'll hear about it in October. Okay, here is story number 3 from Amanda. This is the best one. We saved the best for last year. This one gave me goosebumps at the end when I read through it the first time. This is just as weird as it is sad. And it's true. In 2016, my mom got sick suddenly, and the doctors did not seem to find the right way to treat her, so within a month, she just died in her sleep with no warning. Amanda, sorry for your loss. Sorry for the loss of your mother. But my story begins 5 days prior to her death when I saw an image that reminded me of an angel, although I know it was just the sun shining behind a lady walking down the street. Weird enough, this lady was walking past the funeral home. That same day, my stepsister sent me a photo of a friend of hers who dropped a bag of sugar, and behold, it formed a clear image of an angel, like the ones you put on a Christmas tree. We laughed about it, and I forgot about it. So, just past 5 that evening, I came home, and as we drove into the yard, I saw a woman standing in my mom's garden under a tree. She was a young woman with light blonde red hair, and for some reason, I was sure I knew this woman. But within 2 seconds, she was gone. It did not freak me out, because in this house, we see many things that are unexplainable. My mom passed that Sunday. We'd visited her that morning, but knowing nothing new, we'd gone home. We took an afternoon nap because emotionally we were drained. We were tired of crying and worrying. This next part is as true as I am sitting here writing this to you. I woke up 5 minutes after 4. I sat up on the side of the bed and gave the deepest sigh I've ever given in my life. And only one word escaped my mouth. Ma, meaning mom. And the calmest feeling came over me with the knowledge she is okay. Days later, my sister told me she also was napping, and her oldest woke her up, saying she saw Uma, or Grandma. 2 hours after I woke up, we got the call. I was shocked to the core. Mom died at 5 minutes after 4. She'd come to say goodbye to us. Now, for the creepiest part. The next day, my uncle sent me a photo of my mom when she was in her 30s. She was the spitting image of the woman I saw in her garden. Same hair, same dress. That's why I thought I knew the woman. Thank you for your channel. I love it. Amanda from South Africa. Amanda, thank you for your stories. 3 wonderful stories. Vince Larrabee, thank you for your story as well. Again, I've got a pile of these things. As Erie and I work together to edit them and clean them up, we're going to get them out here and bring them to you as we can. So submit your story to the channel if you'd like for your story to be read. The email address is crazylake@mail.com. Anything goes as long as it's along the line of paranormal, supernatural, spiritual, cryptozoological, or alien, UFO, space invader type stuff. Just let us know some of the strange experiences you've had, and once we edit it up and clean it up, we'll come out here and share it with the public. If you don't want your name used, let us know that you want to remain anonymous, and we will keep you anonymous. Or if you don't mind your name being used, we'll give you the credit by mentioning your name. And again, it's now on Amazon, Kindle and print, or you can get an autographed copy, as long as of this recording, you're willing to wait about 10 days before we send them out. October Nights Part 2, 31 more tales for the Halloween season. And again, if you can't afford the book or you just don't have the extra money to spend on stuff like this, I'll be out here reading them to you every night for the month of October. But I'll see you much sooner than then, probably tomorrow, maybe the next day, with some more stories. See you next time.